Hey everyone, Coach Tanya Wells here, and I have been eagerly waiting for a break in my day to share with you something that my mother shared with me this morning. So I always have a call into her as I'm driving into work, hands-free of that. But anyway, she said, "Can I share something with you?" Now, let me give you just a little bit of background. My mother lives independently, and she lives in an apartment building complex that has a community room. And in that community room, she plays the piano almost on a daily basis. She's called the piano lady in her building. My mother is petite. She's this little 5 foot, maybe one, if that, this little petite thing, sweetest personality and disposition. And so as she's playing and what has happened over the last, I don't know how long this has been going on, but she said there's this guy in the building, and he is kind of rude to her when she's playing. He tries to get her to stop and different things like that. And I guess she has engaged with him over time. But this time, I think it was yesterday, he was kind of saying the things that he normally says, trying to get her to engage and rile up and get her to stop and tease her and mock her and stuff like that. And she just didn't. She ignored him. And she just kept playing. She kept playing. And she said later on she was in the elevator, and he happened to be in the elevator too. And when they were in the elevator together, he started in again, and she said he was saying some really mean things to her and everything. And she is such a good student, guys. She is my prime student when it comes to the Power of Heart conversations, because she said, I was listening to what he was saying, and she said, I paused, and she said, I thought to myself, now, how do I want to respond to him in this? Guys, she was calm. She didn't take personally what he was saying. And she asked herself, now, how do I want to respond to this? And she asked him a question. And she said, would you like to hear my side of the story? I'm pausing there for a moment. Now, she didn't say it with a smart aleck tone. She wasn't all flustered. She said, would you like to hear my side of the story? And guys, she said she didn't have to say a word. I almost want to cry because it was so disarming to this man. She said he immediately became embarrassed, and he began to apologize, and he said, I've been so rude. And he began to disclose. She didn't have to say anything beyond that. And he began to just soften his whole tone and everything toward her. She disarmed him. Not with retaliation, not with a cold shoulder, not with an attitude. She disarmed him by first saying, okay, stepping back and saying, okay, how do I want to respond to this? And she allowed the question to come to her, and she asked the question. Questions are they're just a different way to approach someone, especially if their defenses are up and they're being ugly and all of that. And I just love this. I mean, I could not stop smiling in the car when Mom was telling me this story. And I thought, how powerful. I don't know what size this guy is. I kind of doubt that he matches her physique. I would imagine just in my mind's eye, I'm just imagining someone that's taller and maybe someone that's gruff and kind of, I don't know, rough and tough and stuff, and that matching up with her, and for her to respond in that way. It really shows the power of Heart Conversations. And this is what I'm loving, that I'm learning, and that I want to give back to you. How we can, like Mom, in that moment, instead of react, have a heart conversation with ourselves and say, okay, how do I want to respond to this? How do I want to respond to this person? And then not only ask the question, but really believe you're going to get an answer. And for Mom and I, both being women of faith, I mean, we truly believe that God has a perspective. He has an answer and a way to be in a situation that goes beyond that lower nature or that reactionary nature. And so she asked the question, she received the question, and she asked it. And it disarmed him. It was beautiful, guys. And I'm so proud of my mom. She's not here on Facebook, but I'm just so proud of her. She's 79, and she loves to learn, and she is an amazing student of life, and we can learn a lot from her. So I really appreciate you listening. And when what I'll do is I'll put the link in the comments below if you would like to get your own free copy, my gift to you, of The Power of Heart Conversations. And you too can glean and learn from what she's learning as well. So guys, have an amazing afternoon, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.